Olive, great question. How accurate do you think saliva testing is for food sensitivities? So don't do blood tests for food sensitivities. That's do it for like environmental sensitivities. Those are great. So there's HESCA, IDEX has one, and what that does is it checks for if your pet is sensitive to certain pollens, grasses in their environment. So it checks your local environment, which is great. Now the food sensitivities, so NutriScan is one I use really frequently, and it is a saliva test. And what they're checking is the IgG and IgM. So we're looking at the short-term antibodies and the longer-term antibodies. So we can see different foods and if the pet is potentially reacting, and if we're like kind of mild inflammation, or if it's like severe where we're like, oh, we really need to avoid this. Now with those food sensitivity testings, I love them, especially your pet has allergies. What I do with that information is we can create a limited balanced home cooked diet, and then we heal the gut because everything's interrelated. So we heal the GI tract, we heal the leaky gut. And then what you can do is those foods aren't off limit for life. They're not, because once we heal the gut lining by feeding them the appropriate food, avoiding the foods they're reacting to, and healing the inflammation and getting the good bacteria back in there, their skin disease resolves. That's the crazy thing. Like I see so many people so frustrated. They're on like Apoquel, they're on like drugs, they're on the prescription food with corn. And I'm like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Or what's going to happen is it's working because you're treating the symptoms with the conventional drug. However, that underlying inflammation is still there. The GI tract lining is not healed. And when they come off of that drug, or let's say they have food and environmental, because that usually happens because they're at a heightened state of inflammation. So you get inflamed, you're more likely to be sensitive to numerous things. And so when there's a food sensitivity or an environmental sensitivity, what will happen, and this is happening right now because I'm treating a lot of patients with allergies, is something will pollinate, flower, and the pet is sensitive to it. And all of a sudden they were fine. And now they've gone over the threshold and they're super itchy. They're even more inflamed. And they're just like, what just happened? And it's because we haven't fixed that underlying root cause. Now, sometimes if there's immune system issues, so the pet was born with like a weak immune system, a lot of times what we'll find is that they'll have flare-ups, but they'll be less frequent and they'll be less severe. So they're more manageable, where we can use topical treatments like essential oils or topical plants and herbs. And I use a lot of herbal therapies to help resolve that root balance. So, or root imbalance. So there's definitely a way to fix these allergies. Like you're not stuck, and you're not just stuck medicating your pet or using, you know, $100 bag of hypoallergenic food that's chicken feathers. Like, is that appropriate? I still see a lot of pets that are really itchy on it. I'm like, I wonder why. So anyways, I hope that helps, but like definitely. So NutriScan is a great company that does the saliva testing for food sensitivities. Highly recommend it. You can get it as a pet parent. Like you can order it, just go on NutriScan and you can order it, check it out. If you need help interpreting, more than happy to do the nutritional plan workup for you. All right, everyone. Thank you once again for joining in live. I love seeing you all here every Saturday. We'll be here again next week, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Make sure you check out thenaturalpetdoctor.com and our pet membership, and check out all of our blog posts. Make sure you follow us here on Facebook and Instagram, and check out our YouTube channel, The Natural Pet Doctor. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks.